obviously a big day for the program. Just overall, your feeling towards the class you guys brought in today.
I think the class we brought in addresses a few, not holes that we have, but I guess the continuing development of where we want to take the program. With Avery, Kira, and Kiona, I think it expands on our height, our length, our athleticism. It continues to bring in great kids. I think all of them are just great student athletes, come from great basketball families, and I think all three of them, will just continue to take our program to new heights.
Avery, obviously a low post player, but for Kira, kind of what are the positions and the versatility that she brings where you could play her in different spots?
Yeah, I think Kira is a unicorn, I guess they like to say. Her ability to play inside out, her athleticism. If you think Ariana Harris that used to play here, but a 6'4" version, but with no knock to Ree, who was just here with a much better offensive game. I've known Ree since like 6th grade. But Kira's dynamic. The way she can handle the ball at 6'4", she runs like a deer. An elite shot blocker, can switch 1 through 5, can guard a guard, can guard a post player. The ceiling is really, really high for her.
Does the expansion of the Big Ten, just the teams that you now have to compete with, did that alter the kind of player that you guys felt you need to win at all?
A little bit. I think the Big Ten in every conference kind of has a it. Our conference is known for being bigger. But I think also, too, if you kind of look at, where we were last year, with Caitlin, battling on the low block, who was, listed at 6'1", 6'2". We kind of know where that goes, but she was a workhorse. But imagine if we can get kids that are 6'4" and 6'5". You think about what we have in Lana and KP and then even Elena, and now we're bringing in 6'6" and 6'4". I think that just continues to strengthen our front court.
Coach, how'd you discover Kiona out there in the Netherlands?
Keona's different. So there was a young lady named Rachel who really helped us with her, who used to be a college basketball coach, and now she runs a scouting service, who's a good friend of ours. So again, just reaching out with her. Actually started with some video, and then I actually got a chance to see her play at FIBA. And then we got a chance to see her again play in Phoenix live for the second time, and just fell in love with her game. A 3-level scorer kid. Who could put the ball on the floor, strong as an ox, and again, just another really, really good kid off the floor.
Now, not only the size, but I think all four of the younger bigs that you guys will have next year, they all have a different skill set. They can all do something a little different. How valuable will that be?
That's going to be fun. I think that's the fun part, because we can play any four of them in any number of combinations. You can play Lana with Kira. You can play Avery with KP. You can play Kira with Lana. If we wanted to get crazy and go zone, we even talked about doing some other stuff. We could actually almost play 3 of them at the same time. I really believe that Kira could play on the wing by the time she graduates here. She's that skilled offensively and defensively. And if you got a 6'4" 3 with the other 2 that we can play in the post, we can be really, really good.
Discuss the summer that Avery had. Every time I turned around, she was being praised for how she played. I know this is the only sport she played, but just you saw her a lot. What strides did she make this summer, and kind of where her game's at right now?
I think Avery's biggest stride this summer is just consistently getting double team and triple team. Sometimes when you're big and you kind of press, you're throwing up bad shots. I think Avery's a great passer at 6'6". She has soft hands. Anything you throw near the rim, I think you can kind of see in some of her videos, she just catches it. She keeps the ball high. She actually is a fairly athletic kid for her size. She can run, she can defend. Again, another elite shot blocker. You're talking about a kid on the post who can block shots. Then you talk about Kira on the perimeter, Kiona on the perimeter. I think Avery just continues to stretch her game. If you look at her shoot the ball, her shot's really, really pretty. Now we just got to, get her taking more of them and being comfortable with taking them. But again, I think a kid that can continue to stretch her game out on the floor, who has a really, really high upside.
With her size, just the difficulty teams have trying to defend her, and whether they play behind her, or I don't know if they confront her in any way, but just what kind of problems could that pose for opponents down the line?
Yeah, most definitely. In high school, you kind of see, I think KG put a film up today. I think she was playing Helmets in Southeastern, who's like the 2nd-ranked team in the state, and still put up 28 points against 4 Division I kids. I think you can't front her, especially at the high school level. She's too big. Now you're bringing a double team and sometimes triple team in high school with junk defenses. And again, her ability to pass the ball is really, really good. But I think at the college level, she's still gonna get double. You have to bring a double. She's that big. And unless again you start talking about the UCLA's and the USC's, but now what happens is now we've got a kid who now can pass the ball from the low post, that can play inside out and repost, and I think that is just going to continue to open the floor up for more driving opportunities. From whether it's the high post, for Kira or KP, or for our guards, and they're both really, all of them are great screeners. So now Sophie and Spider and all those kids will benefit being able to get downhill and having it's a lot easier throwing the ball up towards the rim than having to throw bounce passes. I can tell you that.
What impressed you about Kiona and her development as a European player coming from that academy system that she's been a part of since she was 12, 13 years old?
What's nice about her is she's used to playing against women. I think sometimes it's undervalued because you can look at her stats and, averaging only 8 points and 6 rebounds and 3, but she's doing that against 22 and 23 and 24 and 25-year-old. And that's when she's on the 16 and 17s. But, she did the same thing against when she played the U18s and then U20s so you're getting a chance to play and practice against bigger bodies. So where she might only be a freshman at our level, she's been playing junior and senior level competition, if that makes sense. And then also academically, she's going to come in, probably with 40 or 50 college credits. The institution, she wants to major in pre-law. So, her basketball IQ is extremely off the charts. And I think that's what's going to help her, because even though she's going to be new to us, that's all she does too. She plays one sport, so it's not only just basketball all day, 24/7. She loves to watch film. I don't know if you guys had a chance to see her on her official visit. She's ripped. So physically, she's gonna come in and be ready to play day one.